Hey guys, how you doing? It's Gavin from Star Fresh Personal Training. This video log is going to be basically about how to get started with your training or your fat loss or whatever it is you want to achieve with regards to your fitness. And there's obviously a few issues, a few obstacles that lots of people sort of struggle to get over. So what I'm going to try and do in this video log is address some of those problems. And give you some solutions to sort of get over them, basically. So, first of all, how many times have you said to yourself, I need to lose weight, I need to start training, I need to do this, do that, and you just can't do it. You can't get off the couch. You're not sure how to do it, where to go, what to do, and what that does, it becomes more of a wish than any sort of decision that you make. So, I wish I could lose weight. I wish I could do that. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can actually do that if you want to do it. It comes down to making a decision. And making decisions are actually quite difficult to make. But you can do it. I've done it. I've lost over 20 kilos, kept it off for nearly 5 years now. And some of the things I'm going to share with you today are exactly the steps I had in place to do that. So the first one is identify your reason. You've obviously made the comment, I want to lose weight, I want to get fit. Well, why is that? What is your reason for wanting to do that? I mean, what I suggest you do is if you're that way inclined, is to get a bit of paper and write down what is the reason that you want to lose some weight. What is the reason that you want to lose some fat and get fit? It could be anything from how you feel, how you look in the mirror, you don't like the way you look. It could be health issues even. And I'll get into those sort of differences in a minute. But basically identify why it is that you want to change. And what you need to do is identify a couple of points, a couple of pain points basically. So if it's like, you're looking for a holiday and you don't want to take a t-shirt off on the beach, that's obviously a pain point for you. That's a bit of self-confidence. Well, think about the self-confidence. Use that as a trigger to get started. And the next one is going to be what's stopping you. What is stopping you achieving what you want to achieve? And I can tell you the only thing it is your failure to make a decision. And at the end of the day, I mean, once you make a decision and you decide to make that a priority, then obviously you're going to easily achieve your goal. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy, not at all. And there's lots and lots of things that get in the way. I mean, for argument's sake, there's time. People run out of time. We're all busy. We've all got children. Busy jobs, busy lives, all these sorts of things, and obviously your family may be needing you at home and you can't actually do anything. You intend to go to the gym or you intend to go for a jog or a walk, and things crop up and you just can't do it. It could also be a lack of knowledge. I mean, if you're one of those people that's been trying to, your default training plan is just to go jogging or go walking or walk or run on the treadmill on a stationary bike, you probably find that you've been doing it for a long time and nothing's happened. You've stayed the same. May have lost a little bit of weight to start with, but as you go on, you sort of plateau a little bit. And I'm here to tell you that if that is what you've been doing, you're going to be flogging a dead horse. There's 1,000 different better ways to lose weight and get fit than just plodding along on a treadmill. And the other reason that may be stopping you is that it could be you feel it's painful. I mean, you've gone to the gym once or twice and you've got really, really sore. Unfortunately, you will be a little bit sore after you go to the gym, but you don't have to be, you don't have to work out to the point where you can't move the next day. Like as I said in the last video log, lots of people seem to think that the extreme workouts are the way forward, and that isn't the case. You need to be push yourself a little bit outside your comfort zone, but not to the point where you can't walk the next day. That's not going to achieve anything apart from stopping you achieving your goals. And the next one, talking about goals, is you need to set some goals. I've written a couple of blogs on this before, but basically the default model is the SMART goals. You may or may not have heard of it, but those there's an acronym for be specific, make it measurable, make it achievable, make it relevant, and make it time bound. And once you get all those factors, you can set yourself a decent, achievable goal and something that you can work towards. So what do I mean by specific? Well, don't just give the arbitrary, I want to lose some weight. Identify how much weight that you actually want to lose. And also identify what weight it is that you want to lose. Is it going to be overall body weight, or is it going to be body fat? I can tell you that most people will say body fat, not body weight. People don't care about how big they are. They just want to lose body fat. You can use a comparison where a bodybuilder weighs 75 kilos and a really inactive person who's mostly fat is 75 kilos. You'd probably want to look like the bodybuilder, but it's not going to make a difference on how much you weigh. It's the body composition that comes with that. So most people want to lose body fat. So make it specific. I want to lose body fat. Then, after you've made the decision of the distinction between the two, how much body fat do you want to lose? You may have 10 or 15 kilos to lose. That's fine. You may have less. That's all good. But make it specific. Make it an actual number that you can work with. Then make it measurable. Well, obviously there's a couple of ways to measure body fat. It could be just skin fold calipers. It could be a weighing scales. And most people go for the weighing scales. And that can be an issue because our weight fluctuates throughout the day. You can wake up in the morning and weigh, and you can weigh the same. And in the same day, you can weigh in the evening and be a couple of kilos heavier. And that's a topic for another day. But just using the weighing scales isn't going to be a good way to do it. So what you can do then is introduce things like body fat calipers. Although body fat calipers are not great for checking body fat percentage, but what it can do is give you a number that you can work with. And in addition to your body fat calipers, try using measurements as well. So get a measuring tape, measure your chest, your legs, your butt, your hips, your waist, all that sort of thing. And with those three measurements, you can then determine a measurable loss of fat. So they all tie into each other. So let's just say you want to lose 10 kilos of body fat. Well, what you do then, you weigh, and you say you weigh 80 kilos. You then say you want to be down to 65. That's quite a big drop, and you know, this is just an example. Well, let's just say that the only method you use is going to be the weighing scales, and you've been training for say 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and you've not lost any weight whatsoever, but you're feeling toned and everything else. You've got a little bit of muscle definition coming, but you haven't moved in weight. So straight away you're going to think, I've not lost any weight, and that could potentially be a negative impact on your goal. But let's just say that you check your body fat calipers and your measurements, and during that time you've stayed the same weight, but your skin folds, some of your skin folds have gone down. And what I mean by that is when you take skin fold measurements, it could be from your back, your hips, your triceps and your legs. If those measurements decrease, it means you've lost body fat. And also, if you've stayed the same weight, it's probably meant that you put some muscle on as well. So therefore your overall weight doesn't really matter if the fact is you've lost body fat, which is what your goal is. So make sure you use at least two forms of measurements to achieve your goal. So that covers off measurements. Make it achievable. So if you've got say 10 or 15 kilos to lose, don't make it unachievable and say I want to do it within 4 weeks. I mean, there are extreme ways to do it, but you know, we're looking for health and long-term weight management. To be honest, to do it in that sort of time is going to be really unhealthy for you. So on average, a healthy weight loss or fat loss is going to be around about half a kilo to a kilo per week. And that may go up and down depending on how well you're training and when you're eating and things like that. So let's just say you want to lose 10 kilos. You could probably argue 15 to 20 weeks to do that at a comfortable, steady pace that's going to be achievable for you. So straight away, you've made a specific goal, you've made it measurable, and by breaking it down, you've got a timeline which is achievable. And obviously, is it relevant? Well, absolutely relevant. It's going to be relevant and realistic. Well, yeah, it's a realistic goal, and it's going to be relevant to you as well. So, you know, you set yourself a 15 to 20 week plan to lose your 10 kilos. You know, you've made it specific. You've been able to measure it by using your weights, your calipers and your measurements. It's definitely achievable and it's definitely realistic. And obviously T stands for timely, or within a specific time frame, which covers that off anyway. So straight away, get a bit of paper, write down what it is that you want to achieve and set out that way. And then you'll have a set time frame, a set amount of weight, how you're going to do it, and you can start working towards that. And once you've got your long-term goal, focus on your mini goals. So your mini goals are going to be just things like, I need to lose half a kilo per week, every week, to get my goal. And obviously weigh every week. I wouldn't recommend weighing more than once a week, because things change and your hydration levels go up and down, and you can weigh more, as I said, in the evening as opposed to the morning. So as you set your goals, I want to talk to you a little bit about motivation. So there's basically two types of motivation. Some is one of them is intrinsic, so intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation means that it's coming from within. So you exercising and you're eating well to make you feel good, and that's where you really want to be, because at the end of the day, exercise should be a habit. Exercise and eating well is more is very much a preventative method. All too often you see people, they get diagnosed with diabetes, or they're just so overweight that becomes their motivation, and then that leads you into extrinsic goal. Sorry. So the extrinsic goal could be you want to get fit for a wedding, or a trip or a holiday, and you set yourself a goal of 3 to 4, 5 months, whatever it is, and you work towards that goal. So what happens is, once you get to that goal, you go on holiday, you have a massive bloat, and then you can't get back into your training again because you've got no goal to get to, and that's an extrinsic goal. They do have its purpose, but what you want to try and do is shift it to an intrinsic type goal, which is like a self-obsessed goal. Not to be obsessed, but think of it as an internal goal. Whereas, you know, you're doing it because you've lost your weight, you want to maintain it, you want to feel good, you want to feel healthy. Because when you do lose weight and get fit, you do feel all those things. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about to get you started. I'll just sort of have a little recap for you, and that is, find out your reason, make it a pain point, make it painful, make that reason something that you really want to make a change for, and think about it every single day. You know, you're going to have to focus on this pain point every single day, because that is the only way you're going to be consistent and keep on making progress. Identify what's stopping you. You know, and obviously work around it. There's no answer to it. I could easily say to you, oh yeah, just get up half an hour early, or go to bed you know, half hour earlier to get up earlier, and that often isn't the case. But try and identify the obstacle, and instead of saying I can't because of XYZ, just say, well, okay, these are problems in my way, and I'm going to try and sort that out. Set yourself goals. Make sure that you've got your goal is achievable, it's realistic, it's timely, it's specific and measurable. Make sure you've got all those things in place, because otherwise you're destined to fail it. And obviously think about your motivation. That's really important as well. Extrinsic is going to be a goal or a future event, as I said, and intrinsic is going to be for you to feel happier. Because like I said, if you go back to the start, identify the pinpoint. That thing is upsetting you to the point that's making you want to make you want to lose weight. So once you identify that pain point, then the goal should become intrinsic, and the motivation should be intrinsic to make you feel better, to make you look better, and basically ultimately be happy. So that basically covers off my my getting started video log. As I said in the last one of the things I do is online personal training. It's an absolutely awesome tool, okay, and I can basically be your coach through all the training and diet and nutrition and all that sort of thing. And we have weekly catch-ups. You have a free app for your phone. I upload workouts on there, and it's all done. It's all personalised and all done to your own ability. So you don't have to worry about anything being super hard, or you're not going to be able to manage it. It'll all be based on what you currently do. So if you have any questions, guys, just give us an email, drop us a line, or jump across to my website www.startfreshpt.com, get in contact with me, and I'd love to speak to you in the future. Cheers guys, bye bye.